good afternoon. This is Dolores from Gaining Gigs, and today I'd like to talk to you about an opportunity working remotely for a company called X.AI. If you can go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll go ahead and get started. I'd like to work 100% remotely, 100% of the time on side hustles, gigs, and work like that, like in terms of working for AI, doing surveys and stuff like that, where I don't have to go into a regular 9 to 5 job again. And my goal is to make between $200 and $500 a day so that I can accomplish that goal. So what I do is I try out these different side hustles and gigs to see how they go. I apply for them. If they go well, cool. And if they don't, I just move on. And this is one that I actually applied to in the past. And I just want to give you guys an update of how it went so that way maybe, help one of you out. I'll go ahead and put the link for them down below. So the website is X.AI. Like I said, I'll put the link down below. And if you go into the career section, you'll get a page which shows all the open roles. Now, like for me, like you can do remote, like you can do any office, or you can do remote, or depending on where you're at, you can pick one of these locations. I just left it the way it was, and then I scrolled all the way to the bottom, and I found one that I was interested in. It was, yeah, it's the AI, and it was just for like general work. Let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, the AI tutor role. So this is the ones that I was looking at because they're remote work that you could do from home, but like they have different ones. Like if you're bilingual, if you're Japanese, if you're legal specialist in your STEM, or just in general. Like, so if you know a lot of stuff, or you're good with grammar, or like say you have other skills, like you have a degree, but say you have a degree, but you're not a STEM, like you don't have a STEM degree. Like, so like if you're a teacher, but you teach English, they don't necessarily consider that STEM because it's not math or science or technology or engineering. Then you would apply under the full-time AI tutor role. So for that's the one that I applied for, but they actually have a lot of other ones that are available out here, like for engineering and research. A lot of them for that skill set. If you're engineering or research, they have a lot of opportunities on this website that are either within the office, like in California, and different locations, like if you look like Tennessee, California, but they also have a lot of remote ones too. Like there's even a few down here that I saw for the UK, but they have a lot of remote ones on here as well. Now, for me, I picked that one that says the AI tutor one, and this is what the web page shows for that one. And it tells you a little bit about the position. What I was mainly concerned was that you can work remotely for it, and how much you can get paid, and what the schedule was. For this particular role, you can make between $35 and to $65 per hour, and it's considered a full time role. So, and you have to work a regular schedule. So this isn't like I don't know if you worked on Outlier or Remote Task or Aligner. It's not that type of role, in that you have to work a set schedule for this one. And if you work for like Remote Task or Outlier or Aligner, it's basically you log in when you want to and you do the work. As long as you do the work, like it's like they don't care what the schedule is. So this one's you're expected to work a set schedule for the first 2 weeks of training. But then it says after that you can create your own schedule in your own time zone thereafter. But I don't know like what the flexibility of that is, because if they're doing a strict schedule for the training, and then it says nine to 9:30 in their own time schedule after that. So yeah, so it is a strict schedule on this one. I went ahead and applied for this one because I thought it was a good opportunity and is in the AI role field. What happens is you apply, you send them, like you just go ahead and apply. You fill out all the information: your first name, last name, email, phone number, attach your resume, attach a cover letter, and then you do all that demographic stuff saying that you're allowed to work in the United States or wherever it is you're applying through. You're authorized to work or plan to work from your location, whatever the country location is. And then you tell them whether or not you have other languages that you can speak, and then you put your LinkedIn profile here. And then you this is one of those ones, if you take it, you have to commit not to work to one of these other ones. So I was actually hesitant to apply for this one because if you take this one, you can't work for the other ones. And scale, like AI, is one of the ones on here. So like if I were to get this role, I wouldn't be allowed to work on remote task or outlier because that's part of scale AI. But I was willing to take the chance to see if I got in, because like if I got in and it was steady work and outlier isn't steady, because I like outlier. Outlier is a good program. I like that program, but it's not always consistent. You don't always get work every day. So I figured I'd try this one to see how it was. And if I got in, I got in. If I didn't, I didn't. So I went ahead and I filled out everything in here. I applied. And then what will happen is after you apply, if they're interested in you, they will go ahead and they'll send you an email saying thank you for your application. Like, well, they'll send you a thank you email anyway that they got your application or your resume. And if they're interested in you, they'll send you a link to do an assessment, and that's where I goofed up at. It's like you do an assessment for them. It's like general questions, but you have like they'll send you the assessment. You'll have a certain day to do it by, and once you do the assessment, then like that system, it's not like somebody there's grading it. It's the system called Code Signals that grades it, and then they review it afterwards to see if they're interested in you or not. So the assessment is a lot like other places that you do assessments for. Where you just have to look at the output that comes in, determine which one you think is better, say why one is better than the other, and give your honest opinion of it. I think for me, the reason that I did not pass it, but I do think that a lot of you out here can pass it, is that I was rushing through the test because I wanted to get it over with. Like, I had in my mind, like, okay, let's go ahead and get this over with, just so I can move it along. But I didn't take the time that I needed to because they actually gave you like a little time to do that assessment. Like you don't have to rush and do it like real quickly. And I think if I would have took my time to do each question like a little more thoroughly, I think I would have been okay with it. It's just that I think I got nervous by the fact that you can't use like like I feel like they're like watching what you're doing when you're doing it. So I didn't feel like I had enough time to research things. But if I have to do it all over again, which I'm gonna reapply in 6 months, I think you have to wait 6 months to reapply. I think when I redo it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the time and like really, really go through all the questions real thoroughly, double check all my answers, and make sure that everything's the way it's supposed to be. But I'll probably do it over a weekend, like do some questions on Friday, review them, take my time on Saturday. If it allows me to. That's how I plan to do it next time. But I did want to mention this one because it is a legit company, and I honestly, if I got in, I would have took the position. I did do the assessment, and then like they'll give you like a thing, like a link to this code signal thing. You do your assessment, and then they'll send you an email saying, "Oh, thank you for doing the assessment," and then you'll hear back in a couple days whether or not they're gonna take your application or not, like whether or not they're gonna move you further along for the interview or not. But I don't have no regrets for applying for this position. I'll do it again in 6 months if I'm eligible. I will put the link down below. I do think it's a good company to get into. It is a legitimate company. Yeah, so I think it's a good one to apply for. Like I said, I'm gonna redo the assessment whenever I get the opportunity to do so. I'll reapply like in 6 months just to see how it goes. And I did see on the Reddit that other people did reapply in 6 months and were able to get in when they reapplied and they just redid the assessment. So that's the thing that I'm gonna do. But the next time, like I know in my mind now what I need to do. I need to take my time. I need to make sure that I allot myself enough time to do the test. Because for me, like sometimes when you do these type of roles, like when you're like applying for them, that's time that you're not earning income. So for me, sometimes like when I do like these assessments, like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I could be working right now. I could be making money now. I could be making money right now. And I'm going to get that out of my mind before I retake this test. Anyways, this is Dolores from Getting Gigs. I will go ahead and put the link down below. Like I said, this is an AI role. They have different AI roles and positions within this company that are available. A lot of data center operations positions, a lot of engineering positions, and then they have those tutor roles where you have to have like some of them are STEM related, some of them are not, and then they have a few that are based upon the language that you can speak. And then like yeah, like here bilingual. I'm gonna click that one for you just to show you what languages to see what they have out here. Yeah, so like for this one, for the bilingual one, there's a lot of different languages here. Like if you apply for this one, if you could speak these languages, give you a foot up on applying to this company because you could do the AI tutor role for bilingual. Anyways, this is Laura from Getting Gigs. I'll put the link down below. Have a good night.